Rational numbers. What is a rational number? Rational number are numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are co-prime. Co-prime. What does it mean? So co-prime number means the numbers which does not have anything common, any factors common between them. So for example 2 by 7. There is nothing common between them other than 1. So 1 is a common factor between every numbers. So 1 is not considered. So other than 1, there should not be any number common, any factors common between those two numbers. So there will be co-prime. So another example is 1 by 3 or 3 by 10. So these are co-prime numbers. If you have a fraction, you can simplify it to the you'll have to reduce it to the simplest form. So you can see this is 5 is a common factor here. 5 will go 5 times in this and it will go 10 times in this. Or you can also divide it again. This will go 1 time and this will be 2 times. Okay, so 25 by 50 can be simplified into 1 by 2. So this is the simplest form, and here there is no other common factors between them other than 1. Okay, so here 1 by 2 is a rational number. So this is what you need to keep in mind when you define a rational number. So there are two types of rational numbers based on the decimal expansion. So here if you can write a number 1 by 2. If you divide this 1 divided by 2, so what will you get? You will get 0.5. Okay, so this is a number 1 by 2 is its decimal expansion is actually 0.5. I will write it here. This is 0.5. What about 1 by 3? You can continue dividing it. So it will go 3 times, 9 and 1 again. You can continue adding zeros. So again 9, 1. It is, you can see that 0.33333, and it will continue to repeat without terminating. So here this is 0.3333 and so on. So what is the difference between these two numbers? The decimal expansion of 1 by 2 is terminating. It is stopping after 0.5. That's all. So but in the case of 1 by 3, the decimal expansion is not terminating. It is continuing without continuing but repeating. So these are the two types of rational numbers you can see, and as you have seen told you that if you get the numbers like this, how can you write it in the form of P by Q? So here you can see, so this is what you need to learn in this session. Okay, so writing a number in the decimal form in the form of P by Q. So writing a decimal number into the form of P by Q. So let us take the first example, 0.5. So how can we convert this into a P by Q format, or to a fraction in its simplest form? Okay, so for that you can do one thing. You can write as, you can multiply this number by 10. So we are trying to remove the decimal. Okay, so if you are dividing multiplying by 10, you will have to balance it by dividing by 10 as well. So if you multiply a number by 10, you will have to divide it by 10 to balance it. Now this number becomes 0.5 into 10 is 5 by 10. you can simplify it into 1 by 2. So 0.5 can be written as 1 by 2. Okay, let's take one more example to clarify it. If it is 0.76. So here you need to write it in the form of p by q. What you need to do is eliminate this decimal. For that you will have to multiply it by 100. So you can, to balance it, you will have to divide it by 100. So this becomes 76 by 100, and you can simplify it to the simplest form. So 76 by 100 can be, you can go 50, if you divide both the numbers by 2, this will become 50 and this will become 38. Now still both are even numbers, that means you can still reduce it. 38 by 2 is 19 and 50 by 2 is 25. Now there is no common factors between 19 and 25, so they are co-prime. So 0.76 can be written as 19 by 25. It's in the form of p by q, where p and q are co-prime. Okay, so these are the numbers which terminates. So these are rational numbers of which the decimal expansion terminates. So let's take an example of 0.33333 and this is repeating. So how can we convert this into a fraction format? So for that, let's take this, let's consider this is equal to x. Let x be equal to this. So here you can see one digit is being repeated after the decimal. You need to bring that cluster, or you can, here it is only one digit that is being repeated. You will have to bring it to the left side of the decimal. So for that you will have to multiply this x by 10. That means the decimal place, if you are multiplying a decimal number by 10, the decimal will shift to the right one place. So that means this number will become 3.333 and so on. Then you can see that on the one digit of the repeating portion has come to the left side of the decimal. Now you can subtract this part from this. So you can write this again below it for just arranging it for easiness of subtraction. You can just align the decimals and write it like this. Okay. So if you subtract it now, here you can see 10x minus 1x is 9x. On this side you can see after the decimals this will be eliminated. Okay, that will become zeros. So 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 minus 0, the repeating portion is eliminated and you get 3 here. So now what you need to do is take this 9 to the other side. So x is equal to 3. If you are taking one number to the other side, if it is multiplication here, that will become division on the other side. So here 9 into x will become, x will become, x is equal to 3 divided by 9. That can be simplified into 1 by 3. So here 0.333 repeating it can be written as 1 by 3. Right. So there are, you can take more examples here. If you have 0.765, this whole thing is repeating. 765 is repeating, means 765, and that is that number is being repeated. Okay, here this bar refers to the repeating block. Okay, so here let us consider this is equal to x. So as per your requirement, what you need to do is you need to bring the repeating portion to the left side of the decimal. For that, here you can see to take this to this side, that means you will have to shift the decimal place to the right 3 places. So for that you will have to multiply this by 1000. So x into 1000 is 1000x, and here when you multiply by 1000, this has become 765.765 because that is being repeated. Okay, so this portion is repeating. Now let us bring this x to this side. For subtracting, write it again. Write it after aligning the decimals. So this is mentioned in a different video. You can see what is the rules when you are subtracting decimal numbers. Okay, let us subtract it now. 1000x minus 1x is 999x is equal to, so here the repeating portion is eliminated because that becomes 0 here, and rest 765 minus 0 is 765. Okay, now x is equal to 765 divided by 999. Now you can make it you can see whether it is in the simplest form. No, so you can see this is divisible by 3 and this is also divisible by 3. Let us reduce it. In 7 it will go 2 times, balance 1, so it is 16, it will go 5 times, and there is another balance 1, it will go 3 times, divided by, this will go 3 times, this will go 3 times, and this will go 3 times. That means 253 divided by 333 is the fraction format of this number, 0.765 repeating. So let us take one more example to make it more clear. Let us take one number 0. Okay, let us take a little different number, that is 2.225, and here only 25 is being repeated. In this case, what you need to do this in 2 steps. So here let us, in the as we did in the previous number, we will keep it equal to x. Then the first thing you need to do is you will have to bring the non-repeating portion to the left side of this. So for that, here only one digit is non-repeating. So in order to take this decimal to this side, we will have to multiply it by 10. So let us multiply it by 10. So this will become 22.25 being repeated. So here only the repeating block is on the right side of the decimal point. So as in the previous step, we will have to bring this also to the left side, one portion of it, one part of it. So for that, there are 2 decimal places. That means we will have to multiply this by 100. So 10x multiplied by 100 means 1000x. Okay, you are multiplying this by 100 and this also by 100. You will get 1000x here, and here you will get 22, and this will go to 2 places to the right. So this will become 2225.25 is being repeated. Okay, now we can bring this here, that is 10x is equal to, align the decimals, 22.25 being repeated. Now subtract it. So 1000x minus 10x is 990x is equal to, here this portion is eliminated, the rest is 3022. Okay, now here x is equal to 2203 divided by 990. I don't think there is no common factors between them, so this is the final answer. That means you can write 2.225 repeating can be, that means 2.252525 can be written in the form of 2203 by 990. Hope this is clear. Keep on watching the channel, and if you have any more queries, you can comment below. Thank you very much.